Tottenham 2, Leeds 1. And this is no different to CONTES Spurs. Let's get straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy, Mr. Box Office from Mr. Box Office TV, back with another Spurs reaction video for you today. And in this video, I need to speak my truth right now. As an honest Spurs fan, I need to really speak my truth. Yes, we are second in the league. We've beaten Leeds. We've only lost one game in the league so far. And everything should be rosy in the garden. But as your professor of truth and entertainment, Mr. Box Office, you know how I do things. You know how I feel. I do things on what I see. And what I see is no different to CONTE's football. Honestly, that was the most boring game I've seen in a long time. Leeds look better than us. And for me, yeah, you can look defensively good, yeah. But then you can be too defensive. You can have certain moments in a game where Kudos gets you the winner. You got Tell who gets his first goal. Great. But then you see the calamity of what you see in defence still in defending. And Vicario, what we doing here? I know he saved us at the end of the match, but that's because we went so defensive, ultra defensive. And I asked a question to these Spurs fans that didn't like Conte, but now they're saying that they love this sort of, the way that we're starting with Thomas Frank. We love Thomas Frank. And yeah, I know it's the start and I know it needs time, but I can't, if I need time with this, let's not watch the matches for the next 6 months then, because it's not really worth watching the matches then, because we're not going to be seeing anything brilliant. It's not going to be brilliant football. So we might as well not watch the matches then. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to watch the match and judge it on what I'm seeing. And what I see is, regardless, because despite what the stats will say to you, which I haven't looked at, that ain't looking no different to Conte football. We are defensive, more pragmatic. We are only good when we're on the transition. And you got your moments from either Kudos, who had a good game, not a magnificent game, and maybe a little bit of moments from Javi Simmons, who, for me, I'm not being funny. Thomas Frank said he had his best game going. Well, if that is his best game, I'm a bit worried. I'm very concerned because that can't. I'm sorry that for him being in the number 10, telling me that's his best game. Only a few moments trying to do some little skill to try and put somebody through when he made it completely wrong, got it wrong. Yeah, he did a few good moments when he did that volley and he had some space, but he made some bad decisions where he could have put players through, but he didn't take advantage. He did not take advantage at all. Let's talk about these positives about the game, and let's talk about Kudos. Kudos, good game. When he was the first, his second goal, good. When he got the ball back from the defender, went on the inside, and then put a shot in. Yes, it was deflected, but that was all him. Well done to him. He deserves plaudits for that goal. But I've seen better from him. Let's be honest here. I think he's better in the centre. I liked it when he was in the centre and he got into the centre and he started off the attack and he got us going. And unfortunately, it didn't end up to nothing. I think that's going to end up being his position. Now, that's something I'm going to talk about in other videos. Keep tuned in to Mr. Box Office TV. Mattis Tell. That's another positive. He scored his goal. He taken on a shot. He got a little bit of luck with the deflection. But that was it. The only difference, the only thing I would say, he still doesn't look like a striker to me. He doesn't convince me. He doesn't hold up the ball. The ball was going always back to Leeds. The Leeds midfield were dominating us. I don't know what was going on there, to be honest with you, because they started really on the front foot, Leeds. I have to be honest, in that first half. And I have to say as well, he was a very unlucky Mattis Tell, when he had the header. I don't know whether it was a cross from Javis, it was a cross from Alderbear, I think it was, and he headed it, and it was just unlucky. It was just on the bar, and that was it. It was a good header, very good header, and he was unlucky with it. But he worked hard, yes, and I think it's little steps, baby steps with him. Unfortunately for me, but still not good enough. Not good enough. And for me, he's lucky. I mean, this was supposed to be something positive, but we have to look at the other side of things as well. He's lucky that you haven't got Solanke fit or Mawani's not fit. And Mawani, for me, is becoming a bit of a disappointment at the moment. Maybe because he's played too much football in the summer in the World Club Championship. I don't know, but I don't know if he would have seen this time of day if Mawani was fit. So that's another thing. But okay, we've got given his plaudits. He did okay, right? He did okay. But below, that's the only thing I would say. He got his goal. Give him a little bit of plaudits for that, and then we move on, and that's it for me. Another one I will say is a positive, and you know that what I feel about this player, Bentancur, in that second half. In that second half, I felt he was the better midfielder out of Paulinho and him. And for me, when I look, because I don't think Paulinho had a good game. I don't think that was his best game. I think that was one of his disappointing games because I felt that our midfield was getting dominated by Longstaff and Alpadu as well, which I felt that we should not have been dominated by those two midfields. But Longstaff had a really good game. And he was unlucky because he could have scored as well in the first half as well. And Leeds did have chances in that first half, especially in the first half and towards the end of the second half, even though they huffed and puffed in that second half. I thought the winger, Okafor, was very good in that first half as well. He's the one that scored the goal from the deflection from the parry from Vicario, which again Vicario looked a bit shaky again in that first half. He did save us towards the second half, but that was it really. So there was a lot of. It was a very pragmatic, scrappy sort of game for me from Tottenham. We had our good moments, yes. Doji again was another one as well that annoyed me as well. I have to be honest, because he got in some positions. The only one that he had, I think he did put a good cross in for a chance for Tell. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, or whether it was him that did it, or was it Alderbear? I can't remember what I saw, but from, he again, final third, he's so disappointing. He's so disappointing, and it's just getting to a point where it's hard. He could have so many assists and so many goals because he gets into great positions on the pitch, but he never ever can never convert it at all. He's just not confident whatsoever. He's had so many opportunities to do that, and he even got put through by Alderbear, a really good pass from Alderbear, and he still couldn't do anything. Defense on sometimes it was good. They came up trumps in the end. I would say they did their jobs. I would say, and really, again, I think it just shows you that there's a lot of progress to be made still in this team, and we've done well for what we've got at the moment, what we've had so far. But I don't see anything different to Conte's football. It's very boring to watch. You have to really watch it to actually really see what you see. Because if you don't keep watch, you miss certain attacks, especially with Tottenham. It's either 1-2 passes, quick passes, and then they're off, and then the attack, and it's either a goal or it's a miss, or you completely miss it. And that's been Tottenham this far in this season, and it's I can't help the way I feel about what I'm watching. I can't help the way I feel. It's just not exciting enough. It's and if I'll be honest with you, if Kudos wasn't on the pitch, I don't know if we win that game, because he's the one that's got that dynamism to do something. Other than that, we do some good passing moves, but it goes to nothing. It's like a WWE storyline in 2025. You're waiting for that moment, and it just never comes because they're trying to drag the story out so long. You know, you want to see that moment, and you just don't see it. And that's Tottenham at the moment. But credit where credit's due, we won the game, yes. But anybody that was criticising Conte and saying they didn't like the Conte way, didn't like the Conte ball, well, this is Conte ball. The only difference is we had a couple of world-class players. Well, we couldn't say world-class players in Son, but we had Son. We had actually a Bentancur. We had even Harry Winks. And I could, even though he had a good-ish game, there's no difference between Bentancur and Harry Winks. Let's be honest here, because he does the same thing that Harry Winks does. You know, it's I don't know what the difference is. It's no difference. We go to a back three. The only difference is we don't use wing backs when we should be using wing backs, because I think that's where we can get the best out of them. There is a little bit of few connections, and you can see they're connecting with each other a little bit on the left. But we could have taken advantage of that left, because Leeds left it open for us to leave on that left. And I have to speak about when Thomas Frank decided to bring on the defender on the 80th minute. And that sums it all up. That's exactly what Conte would do. And we're just ultra defensive. And really, to be honest, that decision could have cost us the game. Could have cost us the 3 points. Now, it worked out in the end, but again, too ultra defensive for me. When I think the game still was there for the taking still. Could have got more goals. Now, I know it's the beginning, but I'm sorry, but this is what I'm watching at the moment. So, ultimately, yeah, good result. Third in the league. Just under Liverpool, who lost today, as well to Chelsea. I'm sorry, I'm still need to see how this runs out, how this progresses, because at the moment, and I'm not sure still about Thomas Frank being a winner, because I think he's too, well, I'll say it in my next video. But what's your thoughts on the game? Do you agree with what I say or disagree? Leave it in the comments. And please like and subscribe to the channel as we go through to 2,000 subscribers as well. I'll see you in the next video as we go to the international break. And as always, if you didn't know, get to know, support your boy, Mr. Box Office, subscribe and like, and come on, you Spurs. And we're out.